So I am here to talk with you guys today about housing tarantulas. I have currently 6 tarantulas right now. I will tell you what each of them are and where they come from. Tarantulas are just fluffy little 8-legged creatures, just like a dog or a cat. I mean, they're so personable, so cute, and you end up growing with them. When it comes to the lifetime of most tarantulas, typically the lifespan is gonna be 10 to 20 years. 10 years for males. Males live a little bit shorter lifespans than females, and typically females will live about 20 years. Again, this all depends on the specific type of tarantula that you are owning, and you should always do your research on the specific animal you are taking in. Some female tarantulas have been known to live up to 30 years. That's a huge commitment. I mean, that's longer than a dog. My number one baby is a green bottle blue. They are mostly from South America. I don't know if you can see them there. They have beautiful webbing. They make these gorgeous webs that just have a huge funnel. They do like to climb. And one thing you should know about them is that they're super fast. When I brought this guy home the first time, as soon as I opened the lid, I blinked and he was on the outside of the Tupperware he came in. It was surreal, you know. I think he cost about $60, so the idea of him escaping was terrifying. The difference between spiders and tarantulas. There's a huge confusion in spiders versus tarantulas. Now I will say this, specifically, tarantulas are large, hairy spiders. That's what they're known for. They do come from the family, let me read this, Theraphosidae. So their family is Theraphosidae. But over that family is an order called Araneae. So Araneae, the orders, is actually split into 3 different sections. This is what differentiates spiders from tarantulas. Okay, so from Araneae, I have to read this off of a piece of paper, so please don't judge me. So Araneae splits into Araneomorphae, Mygalomorphae, and Mesotheliae. So these are 3 different subcategories of the specific order. That's not even to the next section, okay? So we're still in the order. So specifically tarantulas are spiders, but not really. The difference is, the first one, Araneomorphae, these guys are known to have chelicerae, or the little, you know, their little stabby things. They're little stabby things. Araneomorphae specifically have chelicerae that pinch. So your typical everyday spider, you see a spider on the ground, you know, you see a spider on its web in real life. Typically, their pinchers go sideways. Mygalomorphae, which are tarantulas, their pinchers go down. So not in a clutch and, you know, like stab and pinch way. It's more of a grab and pinch. So tarantulas, they have chelicerae that go down. The cool thing about that third suborder, Mesotheliae, these guys, they're very rare. It's talking about ancient spiders. These guys are known for having spinnerets in the middle of their abdomen, not on the butt like spiders and tarantulas, but in the middle, like your horror story films. I also have a curly-haired tarantula They like to burrow. They are terrestrial. They come from Nicaragua and Costa Rica. The cool thing about curly-haired tarantulas is that they are super terrestrial. You can kind of see in there just a little bit. He has burrowed, made a little hole. I can totally see him in there. I mean, y'all can't because of the lighting, but it's really cool to observe him. Very well known to be very docile creatures. They are known to have curly hair, hence the name curly-haired tarantulas. It's kind of a part of me too, just because I do have curly hair, that I just love them so much. The difference in tarantulas is arboreal and terrestrial. So arboreal tarantulas, like the ones that are found on islands or in places with a lot of trees, they like to climb. Mostly crawling space, like branches and things where the tarantula can go upward. If you have a terrestrial tarantula, you are going to want to have mostly soil, like to burrow. And when they burrow, they make a little net around the burrow so that soil doesn't continue to fall in, obviously. It's almost like having an ant farm, but it's a tarantula. He's kind of sitting right in front of the hole. I also have a versicolor tarantula. Other names for it are Antilles or versicolor, also Martinique tarantula, pink toe. These guys are super cool. Whenever they're young, they're blue, but as they get older, they turn pink. Vic, whatever you want to call it. They come from the Martinique Caribbean Sea area. This is a French island, but they're only native to one little island. They're a super cool species. A little bit of toilet paper in there to inspire him to weave. These guys, I mean, they come from an island, so think about a tarantula in water. Not gonna work. These guys are gonna climb, typically, and they will have their webs and nests up in trees. These guys are really, really cool species. The versicolor tarantula is probably one of the most docile tarantulas you can possibly own. So we're going to talk about New World tarantulas versus Old World tarantulas. These are the tarantulas that give tarantulas a bad rap, in a sense. So all of my tarantulas are New World tarantulas. They are a little bit more docile. They tend to have a better attitude when it comes to someone that wants to handle them. Old World tarantulas are a little bit more aggressive. And they do have venom that is more hospitalized worthy. You can have a serious reaction to Old World tarantula venom. When it comes to New World tarantula venom, National Geographic quoted that it's less of an issue than a honeybee sting. So these tarantulas that I currently have, even if they did bite me, which has never happened before, it would not be too much of an effect. If you really get into tarantulas and you find that you're just laughing at them, trying to kick at you and stuff like that, then maybe possibly think about Old World, but I know a lot of people are afraid of tarantulas. So typically if you want to own a tarantula that is very social and very calm, you're gonna want New World. Old World tarantulas are definitely for a more expert tarantula holder. I don't have time for that, to be honest. I have too many critters, and I don't need to be fighting with my tarantula to feed them or move them or change their tank. I just don't have the time for that. So I choose to have New World tarantulas. They're just a little bit easier. Old World tarantulas do not have urticating hairs. Urticating hairs are the hairs on New World species that they can fling off, typically aiming for the eyes in a sensory way to protect themselves. It's a really cool defense mechanism, but also kind of scary. I would definitely agree with that. A little bit put offish.
4,000 years later.
Thank you for watching, friends and family. I super appreciate your support, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any feedback or you have any questions or want me to make a certain video, please let me know. If you want to see more videos, you know, it's only really worthwhile for me to do this if I can somewhat make a living on it. If you do like what I am producing, please subscribe. I need subscribers to actually get there. If you are not spaying and neutering and you're not getting vaccines, you're gonna pay a higher bill than anybody else at that hospital. Animal insurance is not like human insurance because human insurance sees humans differently from animals. Obviously, animals don't have as many rights as we do. Good luck in opening up states.